Hi, in this video I'd like to talk about Quartal piano voicings. Basically piano voicings in fourths. I have a book which I've published called Quartals and Pentatonics, which I'll be referring to. This book is available from lulu.com as a print version or download. The whole purpose of the book is to give you some exercises and techniques into really utilising and getting a grip on usage of quartal piano voicings and pentatonic ideas in combination. I guess the first thing is, what is a quartal? We don't really need to go into that too much. Simply, it's a voicing in fourths. Perfect fourths is the most common. Alright, perfect fourths apart, and this is the one we'll talk about initially. Quartal voicings are a sort of more modern approach to piano playing. Were developed by the likes of the Quartal and Chick Corea, but have been utilised by many players since then. And they open up your soloing, the sound of the harmony a lot more. Can be quite ambiguous. For example, a quartal voicing like this could be any number of chords. And so it makes a harmony, ambiguous. Where are we going with this? And gives you a lot more sort of space in your harmony, as opposed to tertian or tertial, if you like, based chords, which are voicings in thirds, the common jazz voicings that we all learn. Now, one thing I must stress is that you don't want to use quartal voicings exclusively, or I guess even too much, because too much of a good thing is, too much. It's important to be able to combine the knowledge of quartal harmony with standard, more traditional harmony, and even creating your own sort of understanding of some harmony or exploration of harmony. Just because it becomes predictable if it's used too much and becomes a little bit boring. For example, if not quartals but a run such as this would immediately think of Thelonious Monk, and that's a whole tone scale run, but he used it, it was a signature sound of his. So if a pianist try to do the same thing, immediately we all go, you've copied that from Monk. So to make quartal voicings, which again are quite a strong harmony, strong sound I should say, not harmony, they're a strong sound, to make them your own, you really need to just look at how to integrate them with what you already know. So anyway, just to look at some quartal voicings. Simplest voicing, as I played before, is from C, C, F, B flat, and we can go all the way through every key. Now, in my book, there are techniques to really practice and get your fingers around some of these shapes, but I won't go into that now. I'll just look at some simple left-handed, if you like, more commonly left-handed quartal voicings, and an easy way of remembering them, which is important. So if we look at a minor quartal voicing, we could have this for a C minor chord. No minor third in there, but it's a quite tiny sound. Gives you that strong sort of root-based, powerful sound in the left hand. We could also base the voicing off the ninth, right? A bit more ambiguous, a bit more open, but quite nice. Similarly off the fourth or fifth, again no minor third or seventh in there, and same with the natural sixth, which is quite a nice voicing as well. So how to remember these? Easiest way is to remember these is to understand that everything is built in fourths, as we've been talking about. So if we start with a voicing from the sixth, now if we go up in fourths from there, so we're starting on A, D, G, go up in fourths, next voicing we'll start on D, and so on. And so you only need to remember the first voicing to work out the rest. For example, this is a voicing we talked about, which is starting from the 6th. Take the next one, from the 9th, a nice minor voicing as well. From the 5th is the next one, from the root is the next one, and from the 4th is the next one. If I went on, I'd now end up with an A flat on top, which, while it could be used as a minor chord, it then makes the sound definitely Aeolian, and you'd have to be very careful with that flat 6 there. So to summarise, again, just build it from the 6th. Go 6th, next one up, 9th, 5th, root, 4th. Now your minor voicings. Okay, let's look at dominant 7th voicings. Same sort of thing. I could start from the 3rd. We're a little bit more limited with these. They're a bit more ambiguous, but nevertheless useful. So the 3rd voicing is a good one. I'll play these with a 3rd and flat 7th in the left hand, just so you can hear the sound of them in context. Right. So there's your dominant voicing from the 3rd. We go up a 4th. Now in the right hand to the A. Right, building, if you like, from the 13th. And then once more from the 9th. Gives us a root on top, which is a bit obvious, but it's still quite a nice sound. If we go on more, again we get into trouble because now we're playing the F or natural 11 on top, and give us that sort of avoid sound of the natural 4 against the natural 3. Major 7th voicings, again I'll play these with a root 3rd and major 7th in the left hand so you can hear the sound of them. Start this time from the sharp 4. Nice Lydian sound. Right? Go up a 4th, now we're from the major 7th. Another 4th from the major 3rd. And another one from the 6th. So you can see there's a bit of crossover between some of these voicings for the various usages, I should say. Other voicings, altered dominants, these are quite good. Build the first one from the flat 7. Right, gives us this nice sharp 9, flat 13 sound. Go up a 4th, sharp 9, flat 13, flat 9. Another 4th, flat 13, flat 9, sharp 11. All useful voicings for an altered dominant chord. A sus chord is obvious as being outlined by this sound, root, sus 4, flat 7. Right, so there's an obvious sound for a C7 sus 4. Also from the 5th, right, gives us a sus 4 on top. So again, to remember this, in 4th, start from the 5th and go up a 4th, gives us a root. 2 chords, 2 voicings for a sus 7, sus 4, I should say, dominant chord. Other chords would be like a minor 7 flat 5. Again, a little bit hard to really outline these because you've got a problem with the flat 9 or natural 9 on these chords. Both Locrian and Locrian natural 9 harmony can be used on a minor 7 flat 5. So we're limited with the voicings that we can use, so we don't outline that harmony. So again, we can use a minor voicing from the root. Go up from the 4th, go up to, I should say, to the 4th. Right, gives us no flat 5 in there, but that's okay. And then finally, from the flat 7, gives us a flat 13 in there, which is normally in that harmony anyway, so that's okay. Alright, so to summarise, and in my book I've actually made it as a nice little table for your reference, but minor 7th voicings start from the 6th, right, go up in 4ths. Dominant 7th voicings start from the 3rd. Altered, I should say, major 7th voicings start from the sharp 4. Sus voicings start from the 5th. Altered dominant start from the flat 7. And minor 7 flat 5 start from the root. And this gives us a whole range of voicings that we could use as left hand or right hand voicings.